I meant to say, I said wings, but I meant Murdo. That's what we were playing before.
Good morning. Welcome to the 2019 University of Delaware Doctoral Hooding Convocation. Please stand for the National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red clear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good morning. Please be seated. Thank you for joining us this morning at this Doctoral Hooding Convocation. I am Doug Doran, the Interim Vice Provost for Graduate and Professional Education. I want to welcome you to this celebration of academic achievement, where we recognize those who have attained the highest degree available in their discipline, the doctorate. The University of Delaware offers 51 different doctoral programs, each representing the end of a long educational journey and the beginning of a new path in an academic or professional career. During this academic year, 312 students have completed doctoral degrees at UD. We're fortunate to have 182 of them here today. They came to Delaware from all across the United States and from 32 additional countries. And now, after a few short years in Newark, they're ready to move back out into the world, spreading their skills and knowledge that they have developed here and applying them to new problems that they will face. We've asked these graduates to submit comments or stories from that journey that they have taken to come to this point. And you've seen some of them on the screen as you sat here. A lot of them are available on our website, and I hope you will take a look at them there. During the convocation, we will read a few of them that we think are especially remarkable or unusual in some way. And we, of course, cannot read them all here, but again, I invite you to look at them on our website. And many of the student comments are expressions of gratitude to family, teachers, or friends. And in return, I just want to take a moment to express the university's gratitude to our graduates. We are grateful to you for having chosen the University of Delaware as the place to come for your doctoral training. We're grateful for all of the hard work that you did while you were here, for really that's the source of our impact as an institution. And we're grateful for all of the things, mostly unimagined right now, that you will do with the foundation of knowledge that you've developed here. I want to leave you with an excerpt from a poem by Ws Merwin. I'm sure he was not thinking about graduate education when he wrote these lines, but they do seem crafted for this occasion. This is where we have come with our age, with our knowledge, such as it is, and our hopes, such as they are, invisible before us, untouched, and still possible. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Dennis Hasanis, President of the University of Delaware.
Thank you, Dr. Doran. Good morning, everyone. What a gorgeous day to graduate, isn't it? I want to welcome you to the doctoral hooding ceremony, especially our Provost, Sir Robin Morgan, our deans, and our distinguished faculty members. Also, welcome to all of the loving families and friends and proud alumni who've joined us today. Speaking from experience, I can tell you that the support and encouragement you provide are absolutely invaluable. As a matter of fact, soon we will be bestowing upon our graduates their PhDs for their doctoral work. But right now I want to bestow on each and every one of you a PhD for putting him or her through. Let's give everybody in the audience a hand. And finally, welcome to our graduating doctoral students. Let me be among the first to use the title and say, congratulations, doctors! You've earned this moment, and you should be very proud of what you've accomplished. You've earned the highest degree awarded in academia, the kind of degree held by fewer than 2% of all American adults. But with great privilege comes great responsibility. Your journey and lifelong service to your societies and world is just beginning. You're starting a new phase of work, one that focuses on the creation of new knowledge to help address the complex problems of our world. This is true where you work in basic or applied research, where you work in the arts or the humanities or the sciences, where you work in the lab or in the classroom or the community, where you remain in academia or whether you pursue a career in the private sector, in the government, or in the nonprofit sector. You're now leaders in the never-ending quest to increase human understanding. Your creation of knowledge finds its highest purpose when it enriches lives, strengthens communities, and helps us build a better world. As you live here today and embark on this journey, I want you to be guided by the values that you learned at the University of Delaware. Specifically, I want you to remember the power of innovation and the promise of engagement. These are critical pathways to help us leap into a brighter future. Innovation is a fundamental element of excellence in higher education. It's important for every student here, from the undergraduate to the doctoral level, to become explorers, creators, and innovators in their fields. Our world needs a constant flow of new ideas, new ways of doing and looking at things, new solutions to old problems, and new questions to help illuminate our path to the future. Innovation means new processes, new products, new services. Creativity, discovery, and innovation provide the power to drive our society and our economy forward. Innovation is essential in engineering and the natural sciences, of course, but also in the social sciences, the arts, and the humanities. Consider the challenges that we face today in our world. Poverty, crime, mental health, drugs, access to good education, and better health care for all. None of those problems will be fixed in a chemistry lab or with a new smartphone app. It's going to take innovation in the fields of public policy, sociology, psychology, communications, and so many more. At the same time, we need to be engaged with the world. Engagement means we're going to apply our knowledge, our creativity, and our civic commitment to the critical challenges facing people in our communities and around the globe. Engagement is the promise we make to others that we will listen to them and let their needs inform our research and scholarship. It is also crucial that you engage with each other and collaborate across disciplines and cultures. As smart as you are, you will never have a truly comprehensive picture of a complex problem like climate change or race relations. Collaboration breeds inspiration and helps you open new doors of inquiry and understanding. Work together to go far. It's the only way to really make progress that endures and benefits future generations. The goal is to share the knowledge you've created in a way that gives meaning and purpose to your work. That's the promise of engagement. Combine engagement with innovation, and you are unstoppable. As you receive your doctoral hoods today and begin the next chapter of your lives, let those values guide you in your important work. The University of Delaware is proud of you and your accomplishments. So again, congratulations, doctors. Thank you.
I want to introduce Mary Martin, the Associate Vice Provost for Graduate and Professional Education.
On behalf of the Office of Graduate and Professional Education, I am honored to welcome the degree candidates and their families to this event. The tradition and meaning of the wearing of the hood is that a candidate for the doctoral degree should not wear the hood of the degree unless it has been officially draped by one who holds a doctoral degree. It is to signify the passage of scholarship from one to another for those who achieve the highest degree offered by an institution of higher learning in a very specific discipline. The distinctive element of the academic garb is the hood. The doctoral hood at UD is to be 4 feet long, has panels at the side. The intercollegiate code provides that a hood should be lined with the official colors of the university conferring the degree, and the lining is worn exposed. UD hoods are royal blue, velvet on the outside, and the inside material is blue and gold. The hood is also trimmed with a color indicating the discipline of learning to which the degree pertains. Each subject or discipline has a distinct color. If a person holds more than one academic degree, he or she may wear only one hood at a time, and it should match the gown. For the degree candidates, the doctoral hooding is likely to be a one-time event in your lifetime. We believe that the experience of this event that recognizes your accomplishment will linger in your memory and the memory of your family as you step off into your future endeavors, leading the way to prominence. Participation in the doctoral hooding ceremony today affirms your right to wear the hood and the gown with the 3 doctoral stripes on the sleeve. President's Honors and the deans, I confirm that the students being hooded today are eligible to accept the wearing of the hood. We will now begin the hooding ceremony with the College of Agricultural and Natural Resources.
Good morning. I'm Mark Rigger, Dean of the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources. This year is our college's 150th anniversary. For most of that time, we've been engaged in finding solutions to one of the world's grandest of challenges, feeding the world while protecting the planet. Our research has enabled food production to not only keep pace with an exponentially growing population, but to do so with progressively less environmental impact. As scholars in your disciplines, your challenge is to define the next decades of creative discovery that will sustain food production while conserving our natural resources. Another 2 billion people will be added to the planet during your careers. You have been well prepared for this task by your faculty mentors and your own tireless efforts during your dissertation research. Your future is indeed bright. Degree conferrals in agriculture and natural resources have increased in recent years, but not fast enough to keep pace with the workforce needs. Industry alone can absorb all of the new PhDs graduating from colleges like ours nationwide, not to mention the openings in government agency and industry. There are ample opportunity for impact wherever your career may take you. So on behalf of the college, I'm proud to welcome you to the community of scholars, and I wish you success as you embark on your own journeys of scientific discovery. The world is counting on you. Will the PhD recipients in the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources please approach the stage?
Michael Bayback, with his advisor, Birham Habash, sends a special message to all the chickens out there, as they are his great friends. And the accomplishment of his PhD is a testimony of the evidence of their very successful mutual relationship, that through his research, they will make chickens healthier. Ashley Kennedy, completing a degree in entomology and wildlife ecology, accompanied by her advisor, Douglas Talmy. Ashley earned a master's at UD and then took a couple years off, returned to UD, and completed the PhD in 4 years. What's happening? Okay. Adam Mitchell, completing a degree in entomology and wildlife ecology, accompanied by Dr. Douglas Talmy. He studied 160,000 arthropods, completing the degree, but thinks his body is made up of 10% antifreeze due to his experience at Fisher's Island. You didn't give me your card. Okay, go ahead. Covell Mcdermott, completing a PhD in plant and soil science, accompanied by his advisor, Tara Tamel. Covell is from Jamaica. And is blessed to have 25 relatives and friends here from Jamaica. Matthew Fitchell, completing a degree in plant and soil sciences under the direction of Donald Sparks. Beginning as an undergraduate at UD, Matthew says UD has transformed him from a student into a mentor. Tyler, hard. You're Tyler, right? Tyler Sowers, completing a degree in plant and soil sciences with Dr. Donald Sparks. 12 members of his family from North Carolina flew here today, including his 90-year-old grandmother who had never been on an airplane before. Just to see her grandson get the very first PhD in the family. Chanjo's son, completing a degree in plant and soil science, accompanied by her advisor, Yan Jin. Her homeland is in China and states that Dr. Jin is a great inspiration to her. Parth Patel, completing a degree in bioinformatics and systems biology, accompanied by his advisor, Blake Myers. He conveys thanks to his advisor, family, and friends for the belief and support throughout this journey. No. Salih Tamim, completing a degree in bioinformatics and systems biology. His advisor is also Dr. Blake Myers. Salih moved from the second largest state to the second smallest state, which he said was a daring experience. He says that while Delaware is small, his wonderful memories from UD are too big to fit in the size of Texas. The third student of Dr. Myers being conferred today is Riza Hamid. Riza just wants to give a special shout out to all of his guests in the audience. Modou Pierre Achetuji is completing a degree in bioinformatics and systems biology under the direction of Carl Schmidt. She says that she's excited to be PH with a D standing for done. UD is her home away, which is in Nigeria. This concludes the conferral and hooding of the degrees from the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources.
Good morning, everyone. My name is John Palesko, and I have the great privilege of serving as Interim Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Today, we celebrate the conferral of doctoral degrees to 55 students from the College of Arts and Sciences. You can applaud that. That's pretty remarkable. These include students who have demonstrated the highest levels of scholarly excellence in the fields of chemistry and biochemistry, biological sciences, art history, disaster science, English, history, linguistics, mathematics, physics, political science and international relations, preservation studies, psychology, sociology, and urban affairs and public policy. So a remarkable, remarkable achievement. So today's arts and sciences graduates, I'd like to offer one piece of advice. You've demonstrated tremendous tenacity and perseverance. You've shown that you've cultivated the essential habit of curiosity. You've shown tremendous capacity for individual scholarly achievement, and just as importantly, you've demonstrated your ability to work with and learn from others. My advice to you is to never to lose these habits and to seek each day to grow them further. Continue to cultivate your curiosity. Always seek new ways to work with and learn from others. If you continue to grow the skills you've already demonstrated, I have no doubt that each and every one of you will have a remarkable career. I congratulate you on the successes you've had thus far, and I look forward to hearing about all of your future endeavors. I'd now like to ask the students from the College of Arts and Sciences to please come forward.
Ornella Sathoud. With her advisor, Dr. Carl Bookish. Ornella is from the Congo and quotes, "He who does not know can know from learning." Card. Your card. Your card. Okay. Marcy Wiegans, also completing a degree in chemistry with her advisor, Jocelyn Antalara Garcia and Carl Bookish as well. With connections of colleagues from Winterthur, UD has helped her to pursue research that combined her interests in both chemistry and art. Mariana Di Camo Corpore, completing a PhD in preservation studies. She thanks her father and his wife from coming all the way from Uruguay today to see her hooded. Jason Burch, accompanied by his advisor, Catherine Grimes. Jason says he had the greatest thing happen to him last August when he completed the degree, and 2 days later became a father. Thanks, Jordan, for waiting till he was done. Claire Lazor, also directed by Catherine Grimes. Claire is on her way to be a research scientist at Prelude Therapeutics. Stay right there, stay. No, let's do the award next. Each year, the Office of Graduate Studies awards an outstanding dissertation award according to the specific discipline. We are announcing the recipients of these awards today during the Hooding Convocation as a surprise to these students. The recipient of the Theodore Wolff Prize in the Physical and Life Sciences is Kristen DeMeester. Kristen is in California, but accepting the award for her is her advisor, Catherine Grimes. Stated by the Faculty Review Committee, the dissertation is superbly presented and developed innovative methods that fundamentally change the way in which the fields of immunology and microbiology view bacteria recognition. Congratulations to Kristen and her advisor. Zhengjian Li, with her advisor, Dr. Gundlach. She thanks Dr. Gundlach for his generous guidance and support. Also her fluffy friends, Coco and Maru, for their love, trust, and selflessness. Jenny Leo, completing a degree under the direction of Mary Watson, states that she owes her success to her family and for them encouraging her to follow her dreams. Christine Ah, accompanied by her advisor, Jingzhao Zhang. She is pleased to now be a research scientist at Spark Therapeutics. Tianchen Yu, accompanied by Brian Bonson. Tian says that this is her very first graduation ceremony, so because for some reasons she missed those in junior high, high school, and other colleges. Wait, she says, this is also the last one. Chris Stengel, completing a degree in chemistry and biochemistry under the direction of Murray Johnston. Thanks, Dr. Johnson, for leading him to become a research scientist. Elise Mariangas, with her advisor, Joel Rosenthal, states her PhD studies opened her mind to new possibilities, and now she can contribute. Ritika Dutt, under the direction of Dana Galo. Ritika states that the journey to the PhD is not a sprint, but it's a marathon. Are you the advisor? Okay. Nicole Flynn, accompanied by Jennifer Mortada. No, she wants to thank also Dr. Galileo for also helping her make a dream of a reality as he also worked with her. Anthony Quagliano, completing a degree in biology with his advisor, Sonali Barwe. Anthony never expected to earn a PhD, but it has become the most impactful journey and accomplishment he knows he will ever achieve. Colleen Pike, completing a degree in biological sciences with her advisor, Ramona Numubul. Colleen states that the completion of her degree has been an amazingly transformative experience that would not have been possible without the support of her advisor, family, and friends. Card. Virasha, with her advisor, Melinda Duncan. UD has been a real home away from home. She is from India. Michelle Frederick, completing a degree in art history. Michelle is so thankful and humbled that so many members of her family could be here today, because if getting to campus by 7 a.m. doesn't prove that you love her, nothing else will. She does want to mention she misses her mother, who was not able to see her through this degree. Caitlin Hutchinson, accompanied by her advisor, Lawrence Neese. Caitlin's dissertation research on the political use of monumental crosses in medieval Ireland and their role in indicating boundaries took her to dozens of historical sites and museums across the island, from Dublin to Galloway, Belfast, Skellig, Michael Island. Jeffrey Richmond Mull. Under the leadership of his advisor, Wendy Bullion, he actually won 9 fellowships during the time of his study. He is now on his way to the University of Georgia as a curator. Rachel Chiconi, completing a degree in disaster science and management with her advisor, Sue McNeil. She thanks Alex, Mom, Dad, and Sue, all of whom are her rocks, she says. Petra Clark, completing a degree in English with her advisor, Margaret Stetz. Petra's doctoral degree marks the fulfillment of a dream she has had for over a decade. She is proud of the teaching also that she has been able to do at UD. Jessica Conrad. She's a recipient. Jessica Conrad. Jessica Conrad, completing a degree in English with John Ernst. Jessica is the recipient of the Wilbur Owen Seifert Prize in the Humanities. Her dissertation advisor, Martin Bruckner, is away, and she's now accompanied by the chair of the department. As noted by the faculty reviewers, the dissertation represents the best of interdisciplinary literacy and historical scholarship, both in its approach to the past and its relevance to the present, and the impact the literacy has on forms of political protest and reform movements. Congratulations, Jessica. Jeffrey Appelhans, completing a degree in history with his advisor, Christine Hireman. Jeffrey shares that his degree is the product of the support, sympathy, and sacrifice of 5 women dear to his heart. It's our accomplishment. Jesse Kraft, accompanied by his advisor, Catherine Greer. Jesse has studied the circulation of foreign coinage in the United States between 1750 and 1857. What? I don't know what's in. Enes Avku, completing a degree in linguistics. He thanks UD and the grad office who supported him with a doctoral dissertation grant to finish up his work. He is from Turkey and he is on his way to Harvard Medical School as a postdoc. Christina Stothert Garcia, completing a degree in linguistics, accompanied by Katie Franich. When asked what I wanted to be when I grew up, she told her mother she just wanted to be a professional student. But here we are, after 6 years, I'm finally ready to leave the professional student life behind and figure out what to do next. Alan Hungria, completing a degree in mathematics, accompanied by Konstantin Bakuda. Alan thanks his lad group that is called Team Pacho. Sadly, Pacho passed away just before his defense. His team aims to keep his academic legacy strong, knowing that foremost, this is what Professor would want. Jacob Jakovich in mathematics, accompanied by Konstantin Bakuda. Jacob says, they say a mathematician is a machine for turning coffee into theorems. He can confirm that. Kevin Ayton, with his advisor, Tobin Griscoll. Kevin is now an accomplished software engineer. Ws Chen is completing a degree in mathematical sciences. His advisor is Philippe Guyame. Congratulations. Bumpy. Who's next? What's your card? Where's your card? This one, okay. 1B, completing a degree in mathematical sciences with his advisor, Yvonne Au. He has studied homogenization and numerical inverse problems. Samuel Kogar, completing a degree in mathematics, applied mathematics, under the direction of David Colton. He is excited to know that his research, funded by the Army and the Air Force, may someday improve the safety of service members deployed worldwide. Samuel has also served in the Navy. Seth Cowell, accompanied by Dr. Cook. We do not grow unless we are challenged, and graduate school was a challenge that brought about transformational growth in him. Finishing the degree is the greatest accomplishment in his life. Yunjae Kai, accompanied by Yiji. He says, you know you're a PhD student when you find yourself explaining to children that you're in the 20th grade. Ramesh Koryala, completing a degree in physics with his advisor, Thomas Geiser. A message on my office wall left by a previous occupant sums up my graduate school experience. It said, fail again, try again, fail better. His parents are here from Nepal. Rishi Paudel, accompanied by Dermot Mullen. He dedicates this special moment to everyone who supported him to achieve this goal. Debajan Sengupta from physics, accompanied by Ws Mcdonald. He says the best 6 years of his academic life so far. Thank you, UD, for making everything so special. Abhishek Sharon, accompanied by Anderson Janadi, dedicates his completion of the degree to his grandfather, who did pass away in February,
but he was the most excited person for having doctor in the front of his name than anyone else. Preya Sharma Paikaro, accompanied by his advisor, Dr. Michael Shea. He is from Nepal. Zhenghua Zhang, from Political Science and International Relations, accompanied by her advisors, Gretchen Bauer and Alice Ba. She has accepted a postdoctoral fellowship at Freie University in Berlin. Daniel Arbusius, accompanied by his advisor, Daniel Kinderman. He says hi to his parents, but he recognizes them as his editors-in-chief. Dan finished the degree in 4 years, and in just 1 month after defending his dissertation, he completed the first Ironman competition. Tiffany Dowdery, completing a degree in psychology with her advisor, Tanya Roth. Tiffany is a postdoctoral fellow at Indiana University School of Medicine. Yuki Liu, completing a degree in psychology, accompanied by her advisor, Jared Mendina. I have to say I've learned so much, more from failure than maybe from success. Brittany Osbourne, completing a degree in psychology with her advisor, Jacqueline Schwartz, is a postdoctoral fellow at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Adam Meagerman. Adam believed that he started graduate school when the Game of Thrones started. He is just glad he didn't turn into the Mad King, but it was close. He has advice to other students: trust the process. Eric Splann, completing a degree in psychology. Eric says he stands on the shoulders of giants with whom he has studied at UD. Erin Palmwood, accompanied by his advisor, Robert Simons. Thanks to all of her family and friends for supporting her through this journey, but she doesn't want to forget her cat. Emilio Valadez sends a huge thanks to Bob Simons for always encouraging the needs to push newest methods. Also thanks Mom and Michael for putting up with the extended East Coast adventure. Anissa Babubal, completing a degree in sociology, accompanied by Eric Rise and Susan Miller. I am forever indebted to her advisor, Dr. Leon. She is grateful that her family migrated to the United States from Trinidad, which allowed them to stay in the United States, and she could one day pursue and achieve a PhD. Andrea Kelly, completing a degree in sociology under the direction of Ann Bell. She says this degree has truly been a collaborative effort, and she could not have done it without her advisor. Kai Lin, completing a degree in sociology, accompanied by his advisors, Aaron Fitchelberg and Ivan Sun. He says UD is the closest thing to a home for him in America. He originally came from China. Okay. Louis Yi. Okay. Louis Yi. Louis Yee is a recipient of the George Herbert Ryden Prize in the Social Sciences under the mentorship of his advisor, Ivan Sun. The dissertation was truly innovative effort to examine 4 large national data sets on the interactions between police officers and citizens' race or gender, and whether internal police procedures influence the citizens' views of police. Congratulations, Louis. She has accepted an assistant professorship position of criminology at SUNY Poly this coming fall. Jennifer Snyder, accompanied by Gerald Turkel. She says, this graduation is as much a celebration for her family as it is for her. Julia Brell, completing a PhD in Urban Affairs and Public Policy, accompanied by her advisor, Danielle Oyanik. She says the time she spent at UD was one of the best in her life. Over the years of her studies, she learned that she was capable of doing things she never thought were possible due to the people who believed in her when she did not believe in herself. Kendra Brumfield Nawangama completed the PhD in Urban Affairs and Public Policy under the direction of Harvey White. This is a group effort. Thank you, Dr. Harvey White and your committee and her committee and all the family and friends. Christina Stanica, completing a degree in Urban Affairs and Public Policy under the direction of Maria Restigueta. She says, today we turn our attention back to those who assisted us and encouraged us through this doctoral journey. This concludes the students from the College of Arts and Sciences.
I'm Bruce Weber, Dean of the Alfred Lerner College of Business and Economics. It's my pleasure today to welcome and recognize the students receiving a PhD in economics or a PhD in financial services analytics from the Lerner College. Economists and financial analytics scholars do remarkable research in at least 3 counterintuitive ways. They study scarcity in order to spread abundance. They identify patterns in computer data to lift human intelligence. They measure costs and frictions and identify market failures in order to better allocate resources and raise living standards for all. They derive little utility from mere descriptions of economic behavior, but instead cherish predictive models of behavior and business performance and use them to derive rigorous insights into how people and organizations make critical decisions and interact in markets. All of us benefit from the efficiencies, policy insights, and welfare-improving recommendations data analysts and economists provide. PhD graduates of Lerner College, the original scholarship in your dissertation contributes to the disciplines of economics and financial services analytics and improves the ways societies manage and use scarce resources. The Lerner faculty have worked to ensure not only your personal educational progression, but that your research advances your field of study and that you have developed as an independent scholar. Please continue to build on your successes here in your future endeavors. My forecast is that your supervised and unsupervised machine learning algorithms and statistically significant empirical results will improve the functioning of organizations and economies and lift your personal satisfaction as a result. With great pleasure, I welcome you to the growing body of Lerner graduate alumni. Would the students receiving PhDs from the Lerner College of Business and Economics and their faculty advisors please come forward?
Dan Chen, completing a degree in economics, thanks Dr. William Latham for his guidance. He also thanks his wife, but she can't be here today because he's waiting for the phone call that their first baby is about to be born any minute. Sean Ellis, completing a degree in economics. He says, from kindergarten to 25 years later, it's a reality. Now it is time for all of us graduating to use the knowledge we have learned and the skills we have developed to help solve the myriads of problems facing the world. Yujing Gao from economics, accompanied by Adrian Lucas. Her study involved the economics of regulating truckers' brakes. You didn't bring your card. Wei B. Lee from economics, accompanied by his advisor, Stacy Beck. He wants to especially thank Dr. Beck for her great guidance, patience, and always inspiring him to have great ideas. His daughter also inspires him because she never gives up. Just keep crying until you get what you want. Tian Gao, accompanied by Michael Arnold. He says the roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Shares the sweetness today with his family, friends, and advisor who supported him through this training at the University of Delaware. Leonardo De La Rosa, completing a PhD in Financial Services Analytics with his advisor, Adam Fleshhacker. He thanks his mom, his biggest inspiration, greatest sounding board, and #1 fan. Feng Hua Lin, completing a PhD in Financial Services Analytics, accompanied by Paul Laux, has accepted a position as a data scientist at J.P. Morgan Chase. This concludes the students from the Lerner College of Business and Economics.
Good morning. My name is Fabrice Veron. I'm the Deputy Dean for the College of Earth, Ocean, and Environment. Today I'm standing in for Dean Atekwana, who couldn't join us, unfortunately, but I know she's extremely disappointed that she couldn't partake in the ceremony and the celebration, and she shares in the joy and the pride that we all feel today. The graduates of the College of Earth, Ocean, and Environment have spent the last several years studying complex phenomena in the atmosphere and the solid earth, in the ocean, sometimes at the boundary of these, and some of them have studied the interaction between people and society with and in these environments. Some have traveled to the bottom of the ocean, literally to the bottom of the ocean, to study microbes. Some have partaken in expeditions to the Arctic to look at the accelerated pace at which glaciers are melting. And others have done work closer to home that maybe appear a bit less glamorous or maybe less dangerous, but that are nonetheless crucial in advancing our knowledge in natural life and social sciences. The students have become world experts in their discipline, but they've also learned things like the value of hard work, of perseverance, collaboration, of teamwork, and they've learned about creative ways to tackle convoluted problems and make meaningful discoveries. Most of all, they've learned the importance of the complexity of the connection between society and the natural world. I know the skills they have acquired here at UD and COE will be the foundation that will help them to solve the critical and environmental and social issues that we face. We are extremely proud of them, just like we are proud of all of you. Congratulations. Graduates of the College of Earth, Ocean, and Environment, please come forward.
Janice Hudson, accompanied by her advisor, Delphius Livia. She sends a million thanks to her husband, who is always right behind him. Even today, he's next in line. Sean Hudson, also completing a degree in geography. He and Janice thank their advisor, Dr. Levia, and knows that Janice couldn't be bothered to sit in the audience today. Chelsea Leeper, accompanied by her advisor, Paul Jackson. I always wanted a PhD, but now that I have one, it's clearer than ever that the life of the mind is a journey, not a destination. She knows that her advisor's humor, wisdom, honesty, and patience provided great motivation. Hanku Kyra Kim, completing a degree in geography, accompanied by her advisor, Holly Michael. She wants to share a quote. It says, "I'm going to go now." Mahmoud Sharif, completing a degree in geology with Dr. Neil Sturcio. He did study the geochemistry of the Egyptian groundwater. Peter Washam, completing a degree in marine studies with his advisor, Iramkul Huck. He thanks everyone in Robinson 210 who supported him through the studies. Lots of lasting memories. Liang Zhou Zhao, Yan, Marine Studies, accompanied by George Parsons. He has a definition for the PhD, stands for patience, hope, and dreamer. Christina Roshimura, completing a degree in marine studies, accompanied by her advisor, Jennifer Biddle. She has an astrobiology postdoc at Rensselaer Polytechnical Institute. This concludes the students from the College of Marine Studies.
Good morning. My name is Carol Vukolich, and I have the privilege of serving as the Dean of the College of Education and Human Development. On behalf of the faculty of our college, congratulations to all of you, but especially congratulations to the doctoral candidates from our college from two different doctoral programs, the Doctor of Philosophy in Education and the Educational Degree in Education. We are deeply proud of all that you have accomplished. You have earned this moment on this wonderful, beautiful day. And we congratulate not only you, but also your families and friends for all the support that they have provided you through the years. This has been a very long journey for you. It likely began decades ago when you were a toddler watching Sesame Street, learning your numbers from the count, and gaining confidence from Super Grover. Next, you were off to kindergarten, and there you were taught social skills like sharing, taking turns, holding hands when you cross the street, beginning the building blocks of your education, learning your ABCs and how to write your name. After that, you went on to each subsequent grade, each one, hopefully, opening your mind to a wider world of knowledge. And if you were fortunate, like me, you had talented, engaging teachers who encouraged your curiosity and inspired your love of learning. You learned to feed that flame. I know this is true because you are here today. You're receiving a doctoral degree. That internal flame has burned brightly for years, helping you achieve this remarkable accomplishment. And while today I allow you to take time to celebrate, tomorrow my colleagues and I expect that you will begin putting all of that knowledge you have gained to work. You're getting a doctoral degree. You're entering into a social contract that you need to fulfill. The world, as you know, is not like Sesame Street. Society's problems cannot be solved in 1-hour episodes. Our problems today are complex, challenging, painful, and perplexing. But where most people see these challenges as hopeless, you see opportunities to invoke change, to make a difference. That's why you chose to attend the University of Delaware. You knew that you would develop your creativity, your analytical skills, and that fighting blue hen spirit to solve the most critical problems facing society today. There is no greater service that you can provide than enriching the lives and helping all people achieve their full potential. We, your faculty, are confident that you will leave UD prepared to make a positive and lasting impact on the world. Congratulations. Will the doctoral candidates from the College of Education and Human Development and their advisors please come forward?
Dan Chen, completing a PhD in education with her advisor, Henry May, gratefully acknowledges the guidance and encouragement of Dr. May and her secondary advisor, Dr. Baer. Many believe that she would be Dr. Chen long before she did. John Strong, with his advisor, Sharon Walpole. His advisor has a quote on her door: "Life isn't about finding yourself, life is about creating yourself." Without her guidance, I would still be looking. At least for now, I know one thing: I'm really good at reading. Hui Chung Choi, completing a PhD in education with her advisor, Rosalie Dow. She thanks Dr. Dow for all of her family, especially her grandmother, who is 92 years old, who flew here today from Korea to be at this ceremony. Dana Morrison, completing a PhD in education under the leadership of Dr. Dow. Dana shares her favorite of an educational philosopher as a reminder that we are not yet, nor will we ever be finished. Joy not only comes to us in the moment of finding what we sought, it comes in the search itself. Jennifer Hummer, completing a PhD in education with her advisor, Michelle Cirillo, dedicates her PhD to her grandmother, Hummer, who turned 90 last week. She served as a dedicated teacher for most of her life, and she wants to continue what she started by honoring that in her memory. Rachel Salinger, accompanied by her advisor, Marika Ginsberg-Block. This accomplishment is particularly unique as it allows me to carry on the legacy of both of her parents. Her mother, who is a long-time educator, earned her degree from the University of Delaware School of Education, and her father's work is as a medical doctor, although he no longer is the only Dr. Salinger. Hui Yang, PhD in education, accompanied by Chris Salamuza. She has a formula for a PhD: years of hard work and passion, plus tremendous guidance from professors, plus infinite love from family and friends. Austin Jennings, completing a PhD in education under the direction of Elizabeth Farley Ripple. He studied how teachers interpret and understand interim assessment data. Susan Huffman, completing the Doctor of Educational Leadership with the guidance of Elizabeth Farley Ripple. Her work was to develop, implement, and monitor a school improvement plan. Marissa Kofke, completing a PhD in education under the direction of Laura Eisman. She says community is a vital part of being in a doctoral program, and the community it was in the School of Education. Elsie Newton, completing an EDD in Educational Leadership under the direction of Laura Eisenman. The long journey couldn't have been accomplished without the encouragement of his family and friends and professors. He thanks them all and her 4-year-old son. Hideo, completing a Doctorate of Education in Educational Leadership under the directorship of Zobeda Dagger. The project that she worked on was to design the freshman chemistry class. Benjamin Rowe, with advisors Dr. Dagger and Carlton Cooper. He says doing a doctorate degree is difficult, doubly because being a part-time student with a full-time job and a family, but you can do it. Lori Scanlon Miramonte, accompanied by her advisor, Dr. Dagger. Her project involved developing a curriculum module for scaffold student learning. Jennifer Clemens, accompanied by her advisor, Daniel Ford, wants to thank Dr. Ford for being her biggest cheerleader. Catherine Cottle, with her advisor, Adrian Pasquarla. She is the chair of Humanities and Literature at Wilmington University. Jennifer Krause-Hood, completing a degree in educational leadership, accompanied by her advisor, Beth Minio. She never thought this minute would come and often asked why she was doing this, as she had to drive 2 hours each way to class 2 nights a week. She's a speech-language pathologist and will use her work in the neonatal intensive care unit at the University of Maryland Medical Center. Joan French, accompanied by her advisor, Beth Minio. Learning and knowing are just the first steps. Now we must apply what we know, which will bring on many challenges. Lorenzo DeAngelis, Jr., completing a degree in educational leadership, accompanied by his advisor, Joshua Wilson, worked on the implementation of reading intervention periods within a secondary school. Emily Edmonds Evelyn, accompanied by her advisor, Steve Amendum. Today, May 31st, is her grandmother's 87th birthday. She is so thankful she could come from out of town to be here today as well. Jessica Kilmetz, completing an EDD in educational leadership under the direction of Steve Amendum. Thanks her family, friends, and the faculty who supported her throughout this degree. Teresa Rush, completing the EDD in educational leadership under the direction also of Steve Amendum. Her experiences at the University of Delaware are extremely valuable to her, and she knows she will treasure them for the rest of her life. Tina Trimble, completing a degree in educational leadership under the direction of Fred Hofstetter. She wants to help students understand how to connect what they learn in the classroom to real-life experiences. Lisa Wilson, completing the Doctor of Educational Leadership under the direction of Fred Hofstetter. She is a first-generation college graduate. She honors the memory of her parents for their work ethic and their entrepreneurial mindset that instilled this in her. Eileen Voth, completing the Doctor of Educational Leadership under Dr. Charles Honnessy. She did her work on developing a freshman orientation program for laying a foundation for a smooth transition to college. LaToya Watson, completing the Doctor of Education under the direction of Carol Wong. She says, "I have made it to the finish line." Maureen McDonald, completing a degree in educational leadership under the direction of Rachel Kochmer-Klein. I know that I would not be walking across the stage had she not met Dr. Klein as an undergraduate back in 2004. It changed the course of her academic career. Erin Zaransky, accompanied by Fred Hofstetter. She did her work on improving student retention and success of second language for students at Delaware Technical Community College in Wilmington. That concludes the students completing degrees in the College of Education and Human Development.
Good morning. And thank you. My name is Levi Thompson, and I have the honor of being the Dean of the College of Engineering. I also have the great honor of being here to celebrate with 129 graduates from our college. They have earned the PhD, the highest academic degree offered here at the University of Delaware. In fact, the very first PhD program at the University of Delaware was in chemical engineering. That was more than 70 years ago. Today, UD is home to the number 8 chemical engineering program in the country, more than 50 doctoral programs, including the 14 doctoral programs that we offer in the College of Engineering. PhD candidates, your doctoral role represents the culmination of an ambitious intellectual journey, one that likely would not have been possible without the support and encouragement of the many people who are here celebrating with us today. I invite you to take a moment to think about your family, your friends, your advisors, teachers, mentors, everyone who helped you get to this point in your academic career. Please join me in thanking all of them, those who inspired you, those who helped support you through the years. So as you leave the University of Delaware and go on to make the world a better and more interesting place, I encourage you to be supportive and inspirational in all that you do. Continue our great tradition of cultivating the next generation of scholars, educators, researchers, and innovators, because engineering is about more than theorems and rules. It's about having the courage to challenge what we think we know. It's about having the vision to see through and break through barriers. It's about combining our knowledge, our skill, with our vision and courage to make the world a better place. Congratulations again on this momentous occasion. We commend you for your hard work, your dedication, and look forward to welcoming you back to the University of Delaware as alumni. President Asanis, I have the great honor of presenting to you the 2019 doctoral candidates from the College of Engineering. Would those who are receiving degrees and their advisors please come forward?
First person's wheelchair. First person's Ken Bonner. Okay. Sergio Matez Romero, Electrical and Computer Engineering, accompanied by his advisor, Dr. Kenneth Barner. The PhD program at the University of Delaware has been an amazing experience. It gave him the tools to fully exploit his potential. At the same time, he had the opportunity to meet wonderful people that had a positive impact on his life. Congratulations, Sergio. Dr. Moroznik has 4 students to Hood today, the first of which is Soumitra Biswas in electrical and computer engineering. His study was the design and additive manufacturing of broadband beamforming lens antennas and load-bearing conformal antennas. Austin Good. Thanks his parents for their love and support. To be specific, 27 years, 6 months, and 19 days. I could not have made it without them. Zachary Larimore. He wants to thank the rest of the group for always keeping the lab a classy place. By the way, they all called Dr. Moroznik, and I checked with him if this is okay. He goes by the name of Big Dog. Okay, that's it. Fu Wang, accompanied by his advisor, Dennis Prather. Thanks, Dr. Prather. He could not get through this without his guidance and support. To the study that he experienced was pleasant and interesting and has been the best part of his life so far. Mohammed Hassanin, accompanied by the dean of the college. We'll hood him. He is a software developer at MathWorks. Guthrie Samara Jiri, accompanied by her advisor, Stephen Hedgenes. Says, I found the journey of drinking from the ocean of knowledge as humbling and as exhilarating as contributing to a drop in it. Udokuwu Nosofar, with his advisor, Stephen Hedgenes. Towards the final steps of his program, his advisor told him that in order to meet all the project deadlines, they would have to be smart and lucky. I told him I'll bring the smart part if he takes care of the luck. I'm thankful for the luck and support from his advisor. Yui Wang, accompanied by his advisor, Huey Fang. After finishing, he watched a movie on a weekend, and it was the first time he didn't feel guilty. Ju-hee Lee, completing a degree in energy and environmental policy under the advisement of John Byrne. Ju-hee is deeply grateful to her parents who are with her today for this celebration, and she can't wait to move on to the next chapter of her life as a proud blue hen. Mustafa Zengin, computer science, accompanied by his advisor, Benjamin Kadaret. He came from Turkey to study here at the University of Delaware. Karan Kumar Sabhani said he never wanted to do a PhD, but when he met Benjamin, that things changed, and he joined UD and now has completed the degree. Ayush Dusia, accompanied by Adarshal Sethi. After graduating in 2014 with an MS in computer science, he was ready to move on to a different chapter in his life, but was fortunate to have the opportunity to work with Dr. Sethi and write this chapter. Your card. Zhang Li, accompanied by his advisor, Jingyi Yu. The dean will assist his hooding. Zhang's topic was physics-based dynamic reconstruction of deformable objects. Sean McDaniel, accompanied by Sunita Chandraduskarian, said he did this for the 10-year-old in him. Fanjeo Meng, accompanied by his advisor, Errol Lloyd. He believed that Dr. Lloyd could teach him everything, and some time ago he suggested to name him on one of the algorithms, Fancheo X, because he thought that would be a super cool name like TensorFlow or Glove. Then Dr. Lloyd confessed he's not good at naming. That's a pun on computer science. Okay. Robert Cyril, accompanied by Sunita Chandrasekharen. His research focused on improving programming models to help computational sciences leverage state-of-the-art supercomputers. On his way, he helped scientists to optimize the performance of code of model things like weather, nuclear reactors, and atmospheric reentry. Momita Bhattacharya, accompanied by Hajat Shakeh. Ming Yuang Zhao will be hooded by the dean. His work was on 3D reconstruction from coded plantonic sampling. Philip Keller, accompanied by his advisor, Jennifer Rigman McConnell. He says 5 years, 3 different weddings, but they were all with the same wife. 1 baby soon to be born in June, and now 1 PhD. John Cronin, accompanied by his advisor, Alan Sarabinsky. He worked on the development of predictive railroad maintenance planning methodology using parametric Weibull prediction methods. Joseph Polisi, also under the guidance of Alan Zaremski. He says, 2,738 gallons of Diet Coke later. Yuli Woo Kim, hooded by the dean. I am grateful to be given an opportunity to work with the many famous professors here at the University of Delaware. Camille Diaz, chemical engineering, with her advisor, Maciek Antoinowicz. She says we need to remember what's important in life. Friends, waffles, work. Or waffles, friends, work. Doesn't matter, but work is third. Brian McConnell, also under the advisement of Maciek Antoinowicz, gives special thanks to his parents and his advisor for these past 5 years. Melody Morris, accompanied by Dr. Epps. She worked to improve the design of polymer electrolytes, and she thanks him for helping her to be recharged and improved during this time. Prayush Agrawal, accompanied by Michael Klein. He has a definition for PhD: do work, takes time, stay motivated. Thomas Gartner, accompanied by his advisor, Arthi Jayaraman. I have grown to learn so much in my time at UD, not only as an academic scientist and engineer, but also in understanding the central importance of diversity, inclusivity, and respect in the workplace. Amber Hillebrand, chemical engineering, accompanied by her advisor, April Glockson. She says that, as a quote from Thomas Edison, the three great essentials to achieve anything worthwhile are: first, hard work; second, stick-to-itiveness; third, common sense. Elisa Obadiah, accompanied by her advisor, April Glockson. She is so excited that her PhD will enable her to start her career in cell and gene therapy in a field where she can make an impact on the lives of cancer patients. Wesley Luck, accompanied by his advisor, Feng Jiao. He is a senior research engineer at the Dow Chemical Company. Jared Nash, accompanied by his advisors, Bingjing Zhu and Yu Shanyan. He says, "We made it." Julia Rohill, with her advisor, Eleutherios Papatakis. I am so grateful to my family and friends and coworkers for supporting her during this time. Irem Selen, completing a degree in bioinformatics and systems biology under the direction of Kathy Wu. I'm very happy to fulfill one of my childhood dreams. Madeleine Mcdonald, bioinformatics and systems biology, with her advisor, Kevin Lee. Earning the PhD has been one of her life goals for as long as she can remember, and is super excited. She thanks Dr. Lee and her mother for the continuous support and joining her on coffee breaks. Mengjing Lee. Mengjing Lee is the recipient of the Interdisciplinary Dissertation Prize. Dr. Liu's title made the indication on her title that cellular mechanism and bioinformatics analysis of statin as a therapeutic invention for osteoporosis. It is a highly interdisciplinary work focusing on statin drug treatment effects among 65,000 Delaware patients, and included work in the fields of epidemiology, tissue engineering, molecular biology, genetics, and mechanical engineering. Congratulations, you got off the stage fast. Michael David will continue learning as a postdoc. Brian Graham will be hooded. You want to? Okay. By the dean. Has worked on novel approaches to determine the role of diffusive and connective transport environments in articular cartilage function. Peter Worthington, accompanied by Darren Pochin. His work on dimensional cell culture and high throughput dimensional cell culture and high throughput drug screening. Michael Hayter, accompanied by his advisors, Darren Pochin and Christy Kick. His philosophical message is, no matter where you go, there you are. U10, also accompanied by Darren Pochin and Christy Kitt. He says, it's always sunny in Delaware. Hang Lau, accompanied by Christy Kick. Thanks, Dr. Kick and everyone at UD for all the wonderful experience and time here at UD. Sarah Geiger, accompanied by Matthew Doty. Thanks, Matthew Doty, who was an excellent mentor and like a third advisor to her. Jiangu Ma is going to be accompanied by Matthew Doty. Thanks his parents, who traveled here from China to be here today. He'll always remember the moment when the projector failed during his defense. He also says, I should never have worried about losing my hair after all these years until I now realize I'd be wearing a hood at the end. Eric Chen. Is also accompanied by Matthew Doty and Joshua Zaid. He says, people say your undergrad years go by quickly, but they never mention the last 6 months before a PhD defense. Bo Tu will be hooded by Dr. Zaid. He says, I last checked to be a park ranger. It's one of the coolest jobs ever, and it doesn't require a PhD. Matthew Lewis will be hooded by Dr. Zaid. Thanks his wife and family for their constant support, and also the Zaid group for making his experience a ton of fun for all that he has learned. Chun-Yen Su, accompanied by She-Yang Ni. He says, this is the question we have. Is it worth it? Ask me again 10 years from now. Tianxi Wang, accompanied by She-Yang Ni, wants to thank Dr. Ni for all of his guidance and support during his field of study. James Hack, accompanied by Dr. Robert Opila, thanks him for always believing in him, supporting him. It's a fantastic department cared for him, and the folks back home gave him the foundation to stand on. Theresa Ginley, accompanied by her advisor, Stephanie Law. Thanks, Dr. Law, for her strong mentorship and guidance. Xu Yu Xu, accompanied by Professor John Raybould. She says, profound discoveries are always slow in coming. Today is another new start. Baybak, Naga Shafar Safa, Baba Safa, Mechanical Engineering, accompanied by Don Elliott and Michael Santerre, his advisors. He is hoping his family is watching this live back home in Iran. Adam Steger, Mechanical Engineering, accompanied by Herbert Tanner. He started a robotics company during his time at UD, and he worked together with the Venture Development Center. His experience at UD has changed his life, and he is looking forward to making a positive impact in the future. Sushant Veer, accompanied by Ionis Polakakis. He wants to thank his advisor and for his continued mentorship, the friends and family, and also those today that traveled from India and California to be here, but he doesn't want to forget brouhaha. Armin Batista, accompanied by his advisor, Joseph Kuehl. He says, "It is finished. Amen." This is next. Alexander Miranenko, would you please come forward? And Alexander finished his degree, went off to Chicago on his next work, but came back especially to accept the Outstanding Dissertation Award in Mathematical Sciences and Engineering today. His advisor, Dion Vlachos, is on travel, but wanted us to say that Alex was an exceptional student and produced a once-in-a-decade PhD thesis. The dissertation dealt with extremely difficult set of tasks, but is written in a manner to be understood and appreciated. Alex's mechanistic and fundamental discoveries impact not just advanced biomass conversion, but the broader fields of catalysis, renewable energy, and computational chemistry. Congratulations, Alex. That concludes the students from the College of Engineering.
Good morning. My name is Kathy Matt, and it is my distinct honor to serve as the Dean of the College of Health Sciences. Our doctoral programs are relatively new, but it is my pleasure to introduce those doctoral candidates in the College of Health Sciences. Our college offers graduate programs in clinical and biomedical sciences that focus on translating the knowledge of underlying mechanisms into the development of new treatment plans, new diagnostics, resulting in better health outcomes for patients and their families. In our programs, we create an in-depth research experience that enhances basic knowledge and shapes changes in practice based on scientific evidence. Today, we are honoring graduates in our medical sciences program, also in an interdisciplinary biomes PhD program in biomechanics and movement science, which we offer jointly with the College of Arts and Sciences and the College of Engineering. This year also, it gives me distinct and great pleasure to recognize our first graduates in the Doctorate of Nursing Practice. We offer sincere congratulations to all of our students on their tremendous accomplishments. And of course, the thanks goes as well to all of the people who supported them along that journey, their family, their friends, and of course, their academic mentors who have made this journey a very accomplished one. We wish you continued success as you move on in the next stages of your career. President Asanas, I present to you the graduates of 2019. Would the candidates and your mentors please come forward?
Ahad Behodi, accompanied by his advisor, Samuel Lee. Fernando dos Santos, accompanied by John Jacob. Tyler Fetro, accompanied by John Jacob. Mark Greenspan, accompanied by Michelle Lobo, started at UD in fall of 2011, and he's grateful for the significant changes he's seen at UD, and he's happy to know that he has been turned from a curious 17-year-old into a doctor. Bethany Wistoff, completing a degree in biomechanics and movement science, accompanied by Thomas Kaminsky, will continue as an assistant professor at UD and continue her research in acute lateral ankle sprain in college-age population. Jacob Capon, accompanied by Thomas Buchanan, completing a degree in biomechanics and movement science, decided that 10 years ago he would become a physical therapist because he didn't want to go to med school, it would take too long. But now after 7 years, 3 advanced degrees, an MS, a doctor of physical therapy, and a PhD, he is grateful he stayed at UD even longer than it would be for med school. Daniel Corrigan said he couldn't have had a better experience at UD, but he has a question. Can he relax now? Lauren Pigman, accompanied by Jeremy Crenshaw. He says, I've been told that I'm a gentleman, a scholar, and a fine judge of good whiskey. Now I can proudly say I am all three. Deborah Kamen Mukas, completing a PhD in medical sciences. Deborah comes from the Democratic Republic of Congo, where her parents sacrificed everything, and her grandmother grew up in a world that didn't even see her worth or recognize her worth. She is hoping to make the world a better place. Natalia Rivera Torres says that people don't see, they just see the results. They don't see what goes through the hard work, sleeplessness, anxiety, those sorts of things. However, the tassel's worth the hassle. Keith Fishlot, the very first person in the Doctor of Nursing Practice degree with the direction of Della Campbell. He is most appreciative of the educational opportunity. He hopes to use his tools to impact the community, shape care, and improve outcomes. Shabnam McQueary, I didn't think you were going to be here today. She's waiting for this baby any moment. She is so happy to have completed this degree. Christine Renzulli, accompanied by her advisor, Jennifer Graber. Thanks everyone who has supported her. It's been a long journey, but we're all four here, finally here. Tiffany Seymour will be hooded by Jennifer Saylor. She is a clinical nurse specialist. Bryce Muth, accompanied by his advisor, Dave Edwards, is completing a PhD in kinesiology and applied physiology. In closing these hooding comments, you have heard some with humor, some with philosophy, many with thanks to family and others, thanks to the faculty, and as one student stated, having the right mentors makes all the difference. Congratulations.
And now it is my privilege to award the Outstanding Graduate Advising and Mentoring Award. Would Professor Xiao Haiyan please come to the stage? Yes, you can just stand here for a second while I say some nice things about you. Okay, why don't you face the audience? Okay. So Professor Yan is from the College of Earth, Ocean, and Environment. He's also director of the Center for Remote Sensing and is an expert in the fields of ocean remote sensing and satellite oceanography. He's overseen the work of 55 graduate students. We could fill approximately 3 rows with his former students. As a group, many of them have won prestigious national and international awards in their own research careers and have published more than 100 papers with him so far. His students say Dr. Yan is an exceptional educator. He has always managed to find time for all of us. He's not only been an inspiration, but also an aspiration. Dr. Yan, congratulations. Thank you for everything you've done. And that completes the hooding ceremony. I want to congratulate again all of our graduates and award winners. The University of Delaware is very proud of you and what you've done. We're honored to have you as our representatives in the world. We wish you the best as you leave Newark. We hope that you will stay connected with the university, and we look forward to watching what you do throughout the course of your lives. And now, please stand for singing of the alma mater. Thank you again for coming. That concludes the ceremony.